First, let's see what happened. Kargil Vijay Diwas observed in the States, a day that will instill patriotism in the mind of the people, Minister Biswarzit. SSU demands appointments of pure academicians as bosom secretary. Mass sit-in protest demanding to make education sector disturbance-free zone continues. CM and Biren meets Transport Minister Gaikulung in the national capitals, eyes for a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Hello, welcome to the ELITETV and you're watching Primetime English News. Now let's see the news in detail. The 25th Kargil Vijay Diwas has been held today at the banquet hall of the first Manipur Rifle Grounds being organized by the states, Manipur governments of India.
Manipuri ne haire adu targade magi section ge damak chapana bhona bada sigumba nuaitaba adu phattaba tholakdam sarpudi Manipur da akaiba adu integrity ka ena badi koi thangani harga sindana nungda amana tawgi mahutta koi whole heartedly punamakse aigi purup chapana bhona ba aigi akhoi jaga punamak chapana bhona ba akaiba amta leite constitutional right ni constitution adu right lona koi isagi state ama safeguard tawna ba state ta leriba mi pudimakse akoina akhoi jinjang gaijang dana thamba adu lona protectively when safeguard to have say masisu constitution duty ama oi have say isa da lokhan dire har kanda when right and duty and harami se posigi wakhalon da koina puna makunjale har kanda khoi mamang da thokiba phataba khalamba wakhalon adu mamang da apoi tawkiba phataba singto khoi larik ta ngasi dagi afaba tawba yadi have karisu iramba leite aduna khoina lebak da solakiba sokthar kiba posi no makta da sokthar kiba natte toan ba numit kya punjala kanda अखोगी नमित क्या न पुंजल कांदा हफ्ता क्या न पुंजल कर था क्या न पुंजल कांदा सही रोमदा मसीगी लेजो पोसी सोक्थर के पोने दंगा सीदगी ममांग सोक्थर के पोतु मसीदगी हौर कांदा कोई रिजॉर्व तबुना बदरकार लई.
The observation was attended by the Power Minister Thongam Biswarzit, Water Resource Minister Wangbon Niumai, Social Welfare Minister Haikam Dingo, Education Minister Taunazam Basanta Kumar, PhD Minister L. Susindro, Transport Minister Kasim Bashums, Wairam Ashi MLA Irangbam Nalini, Mayang Infal Ashi MLA K. Robindro, Thanga Ashi MLA Tongrams Robindro, Kumbi AC MLA S. Prem Chandra, Wangkai AC MLA TH Arun Kumar, Lamla AC MLA KH Ibomcha, Patsoi AC MLAs S. Keba, senior officials of the Manipur Police Departments and other high-ranking officials of the states. Speaking during the observations, Power Minister Thongam Biswarzit stated that today marks a very important day for all the people of India and it instills the sense and the feelings of patriotism in the mind of the people of India. He added that this observations marks the respect to those brave soldiers who laid down their lives fighting during the Kargil war and also says the sorrows of the bereaved families, members of those brave souls. He continues that those brave Indian soldiers fought against Pakistan who tried to disintegrate our country, India, and thus he stressed that we all need to respect our Indian soldiers. Speaking about the current scenario in the states, Power Minister further stated that we need to encourage and support the security personnel who are deployed in the various areas of the states and who are protecting our boundaries. He also stressed that instead of putting blames against one another, we all must work together to find the solutions to end the current crisis.
Pakistan Armies, Air Force, navies that have taken the step to defend our country from external aggression.
Socialist Students Union General Secretary Vikas Luang has demanded to appoint peer academicians who can sacrifice for the well-being of the students to hold the post of the Secretary of the Board of Secondary Education, Manipur. He added that the said post of the Secretary for the BOSM is being given to the bureaucrat who himself is holding the charge of the 12 others different departments as well as, and this is not permissible in the eye of the law, and it is also unhealthy for the good academic atmosphere for the students of the states. Demand was raised today during a press meet held at the SSU office at Lalambung. While speaking to the media person, Vikas Luang's father stated that the incumbent secretary of the BOSMs was appointed upon hard pressing to the state's authorities as the post was vacant. The union had not raised questions during the time as class 10 examinations had already commenced. He added that now, in view of the drawbacks and the shortcomings in the education sector, the union has also already submitted memorandums to the Chief Secretary, Chief Ministers and the Education Minister to appoint a secretary for the BOSMs who is dedicated and possesses and the wills to sacrifice for the sake of the welfare of the students in the state. He added that the same persons who is taking the charge of the additional directors of the education as departments is being given the charge of the secretary BOSM as well, and this is not only overburdens the said officers, but quality imposed proper administrative services for the welfare of the schools and the students on the Board of Secondary Education, Manipur has been left unattended.
Madang asida ko na hojiki sarkar ki school sing asi hagalapagi mamiyama yu selatre assistant director na singa ta thabak kya mama yang selatre amadi secretary ko na to ka ta thabak kya mama ta tabna mara marga lenga ki mai sam sing asi su hojik no magi mayeng ta thara esitara mara masina mahiro sing do lenga ki tukumba school sinda tambing bagi koida tugma thongna le silatre talaga sida hojik thokliba irang asiga lenga na tuba matamda assembly session hoktingai da tugumba matik mayai legadaba academician oiba satra kedama khandi bangadaba tugumba weekend oiba secretary ma hapiu haidna koida taksin jari loina na hojik koina khange madudi bureaucratic officers singna education sector da education sector bu paisin duna hari ba education sector ona traga institution school bu pang sign han bagi adugumba mamiyama koina uba hoye kadamoina je Dhanamajuri University da thokiba.
As a part of the mass sit-in protest being organized under the aegis and the supervisions of the coordinating committees on the disturbance-free educational zone demands, various schools under Infal East districts are also taking part in today's sit-in protest. Students and the teachers of the Tiny Thoughts Unique Schools, Dewlaland, also took part in today's agitations. Taking part in today's agitations, one teacher, Thaudam Chitraswar, expressed that in the current situations, unreasonable monetary demands by various groups in educational institutions in the state has caused a hindrance in the delivery and imparting of education to the young students of the state. It has expressed that the schools where our young students are being nurtured must be made disturbance-free zones.
Manipur ki irang haidi satra sing masih handaki waga titin na te adubu handang na muki hana sati bai tare ko laik tambagi covid ki kerigi matang lak paduna hosik ki irang suma mayam lak pusin laik tambana tinwai na phangdana lerigi marak sida amsu kogi tongan ba kangbu sing hai tare tongan ba sing dagi kogi sumba educational kano sing sida institute leribe sing sida tongan ba present mayam ma lak ba hai tare sugumba ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯃꯥꯟꯁꯤꯡꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯡꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯃꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯗꯁꯨ ꯃꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯕꯗ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯏꯟꯁꯇꯤꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯠ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯏꯗꯨꯀꯦꯁꯅꯦꯜ ꯏꯟꯁꯇꯤꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯠꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯄꯨꯕ ꯊꯥꯡꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯣꯏꯗꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯔ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯤꯁꯜꯂꯛꯄ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯒꯅꯨ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯌꯣꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯝꯖꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯇꯝꯐꯝꯁꯪ ꯃꯍꯩꯂꯣꯏꯁꯪꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯈꯩ ꯁꯥꯟꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯈꯜꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯁꯇꯔꯕꯦꯟꯁ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯒꯅꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯅꯤꯡ ꯇꯝꯅ ꯃꯍꯩ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯇꯝꯕ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯇꯥꯛꯄ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯑꯣꯡ ꯑꯃꯠꯇꯗ ꯑꯄꯟꯕ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯒꯅꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯋꯥꯐꯝꯁꯤ.
Today we are organizing a campaign on the topic Disturbance Free Education Zone on behalf of all the schools and institutions in Manipur. As we all know that the students of Manipur are lagging behind in many sectors, mainly the educational system. This is because the opportunities that all students of Manipur deserve has been snatched away by many unwanted activities such as COVID-19, conflicts, and natural calamities, and some of the unlawful activities such as corruption, nepotism, and favoritism. Last but not the least, I would like to state that students, which are the pillars of the society, if we want to build a great future, a great society in the future, the students must be given a peaceful environment where students can study with full concentration and can study to their fullest. Thank you.
My topic is the outcomes because of the conflicts that the students have been going through. The conflict first of all started last year in the 3rd of May, and it is still going on. And it's still going on, and many people are still suffering. It all started when suddenly houses were being burned down and many people lost their lives. Not even a bit of ashes or pin was left in those. Millions of properties were being destroyed. If estimated, the properties were about 30 to 60 million crores. And especially students of our age have been going through a lot of pain. They have lost their families, and most of the talented students, they have also thought of leaving their education, even though they could become a very influential person in the future. They think that this is not the time to study calmly, but to join the war, which is not the right thing to do. And there is our school motto here, which is wisdom in strength, meaning life doesn't have a meaning without wisdom. And where does wisdom come from? It comes from knowledge. It comes from education. Education simply teaches us how to live our lives. But if getting that education becomes so hard for students, then how are the pillars? We are the future pillars. If we get destroyed, then how is our state? How is our country going to grow further? We seriously need to develop a lot more. Even though we're not developed like the US or China, but the least thing we can do is giving the students a proper education. That's the least thing we need to do.
On the other hand, speaking during the sit-in protest, students of the school expressed that the current crisis has taken the tolls on the life of the thousands of people in the states, and several have been displaced from their homes, depriving young students of their education and schooling as well. In such a condition, the unreasonable and exorbitant monetary demands made by the certain groups to the educational institution in the state must be stopped, and education sector must be made a disturbance-free zone. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh met with the Union Ministers of Road Transport and Highway, Nitin Gadkari, in New Delhi today to discuss the progress of the ongoing National Highways project in Manipur. The meeting comes as a part of the CM N. Biren's visit to the national capital for a high-level Niti Aayog conference involving Chief Minister from across India. Sources close to the Chief Minister office reveals that N. Biren Singh is seeking an audience with Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his stays in Delhi. If arranged, this would mark their first meeting since violence clashes erupted in Manipur on May 3rd last year. The Niti Aayog conference set to begin today will bring together state leaders and central government officials to address pressing issues and formulate the collaborative development strategies. CM N. Biren Singh is accompanied by the key state officials for those discussions. The Eiffel Towers in Paris has been adorned with the 5 Olympic rings, signaling the imminent start of the 2024 Summer Games. The opening ceremony is set to begin at 11 p.m. IST on Friday, July 26, will break traditions by taking place along the river scenes instead of in a stadium. Over 10,000 athletes from around the world will participate in a floating parades, cruising past iconic Parisian landmark on approximately 100 boats. The processions will commence at the Austerlitz Bridge and conclude at the Trocadero, where the final Olympic protocols and performances will unfold. Indian badminton stars PV Sindhu and table tennis veterans Achanta Sarat Kamals will lead the 112-strong Indian contingents as a flag bearer. The teams aim to surpass their previous best of 7 medals achieved at the Tokyo Olympic 2020. In a promising start, Indian men's archery teams secured direct qualification to the quarterfinal, finishing third in the ranking round on Thursday. The women's archery teams also advanced to the quarterfinals after placing fourth in their ranking round. The opening ceremony is expected to last over 3 hours, is being orchestrated by the French theatre director Thomas Joly. As Paris prepares to host its third Summer Olympics, the city's landmarks and the citizens eagerly await the commencement of these global sporting spectacles. Students' unions of the Sri Sri Bal Mukunda Dev's Music College have condemned the expressed dissatisfactions over the actions of the principals of this college, who has been creating problems in appointments of the teachers of this college, who have been already appointed by the director. They have also accused the principal of the obstructing normal classes in the college and further accused of the playing divisive policies amongst the students of the college. Addressing a press meet held at the Manipur Press Club today, Students' Unions A. Robindro expressed that the principal of this college have been given hindrance in appointments of the guest lecturer and have even created unhealthy examination atmospheres in the college. He added that such actions of the principals is unbecoming as being thoughtful for the welfare of the students of the college.
College campus tagi changhandanaba student idana makoina munnanaba sigi strategy mayama mo khole akoina talibajde kari aran ba yawbage oja waliji oja ama khangna nomigi class mari manga machin chit kano tawna tawbum khangdana leiriba nimi khudingi tawbum amdamade hafta amda nimi nini humi khaido reiba sumaina taw leiriji Delhi ki class fajna tawna ba akoi gi chhatra oja hapthi haibani Director is Piravani. Magi Mangonda appointing authority or to Karawa, no, and now Minautoga, Menace or Tona director had to my Yadel. Theory class and busy, Harukan, the theory class of Jarukan, the theory class to hang Parikada, Copita or Yare, higher Gale. Mina Leva, Aduna, theories of Copita visit of the Anang, Kangal Salenji have never. Kangan Regadi Yaro have the Jarakta. Theory to unpunished in the totality thing can happen.
A film from Manipur is making waves in the international cinema scenes. Bung, directed by the Lakshmi Priya Devi, has been selected for the world premiere at the prestigious Toronto International Film Festival 2024. The film tells the story of the young Manipuri boy named Bung, who set out to find his father as a surprise gift for his mother. His journey leads to the unexpected discoveries and a new beginning for his family. Lakshmi Priya Devi, making her directorial debuts with Bung, drew inspirations from her own childhood experiences in Manipur. The narrative emerges as she sought to reconcile with the challenging aspect of her past in the region. Before stepping into the director's chair, Devi gains valuable experience as the first assistant directors on notable productions including The Luck by Chance, Talas, PK and A Suitable Boy. Bung is a joint production of the Excels Entertainment, Chalk Boards Entertainment and A Suitable Picture. It will showcase in the discovery sections of the 49th TIFF, settles from the September 5 to 15, 2024. This year, TIFF lineups boasts and impressive arrays of the world premieres and international selection. Angelina Jolie's war dramas Without Blood, a Bruce Springsteen's documentary, and a Mike's lead tragic comedy, Hard Truths, are among the high-profile entries. Jiribam Jal has strongly condemned the continuous act of arsons, burning houses of the Meitei community in Jiribam districts by Kuki Joe Mar communities and their arms terrorist groups. Jal in the statements conveys that Meitei in Jiribam refrain from burning houses that belong to the Kuki Joe Mar community. Instead, our Jal's members oppose any kinds of the arsons or the house burning at any given moment. While condemning such act of arsons and campaigning to restore peace in the district, Kuki Joe Mar community and their armed terrorists burned down conditionally abandoned house belonging to one Haikruzam Maniton Singhs at the Jakur Radhor, Patu Jiribams on the 24th July at around 7 p.m. which is merely 400 meters from the Borobekra police stations, by taking undue advantage of the owner of the house as he and his family's members were compelled to take shelters at a relief camps due to the ongoing abnormal situation created by the Kuki Jomar community after the abduction and killing of once Swebam Sarakumar Singhs on 6 June. The reason for the above consequences is due to the security lapse. We are disappointed with both the district and the police administration for failing to protect and secure vulnerables and remote areas where the Meitei community is a minority group based on population. The Kuki Jomar communities and their armed terrorist group will be lashing out at the Meitei community if our district administrations and law enforcement force remain silent. The Kuki Jomar community and its terrorist groups carried out numerous violent attacks on the Meitei community, and in return, the district police conducted combing operations in Meitei villages, which is quite irrelevant. We humbly appeal to the district police to take actions and arrest those who are responsible for ethnic cleansings of the Meitei community. Further security arrangements be established to ensure the safety of the Meitei villages and the villages in the vulnerable fringe and the red zone areas. It is our final plea to all the concerns to crack down on the Kuki Jomar community and their terrorist group by abrogating SU at the earliest so as to bring peace and security in our crisis-ridden torn states Manipur, it added. And now let's take a short break. Keep watching for more updates.
Vitus Kolonia the Hingliba Sing Tamagi Manunda control to Bangamle, Urea Creatinine Wangosu Tamagi Manunda Hantabangamle, Kong Hambanungai Tebasu, Numit Manganigi Manunda Fahan Bangamle, Pile Saibadi Nungsang Nabasu, Chama de Chama, Fahan Bangamle, Cholesterol Wangba, Numit Kunida, Normal Oibangamle, BP Wangbasu, Tamagi Manunda, Normal Oibangamle, Fatty Liver Oibasu, Tamagi Manunda, Fagat Hanbangamle, Pumnamag, Natural Oiba Hidak Makalna, Lying Jabani, Hakjang the Sokadaba side effect, Amatalaite, Makata na hidak chabagi mathaw su tararoy. Hena kupa parol gidamag ngasimak Langson Birao, Diabetes Hospital, Soibam Laikai, Ayangpali Road, opposite Karkinos Jennings Hospital, Porompat, Imphal East, near Punjab National Bank.
PC Allied Health Institute, Khongmanjon 2, Imphal East, Manipur, affiliated to Bharat Sevak Samaj, National Development Agency, promoted by Government of India and authorized career counselor of Om Sterling Global University, Hisar, Haryana. Mafam asida tambayaba courses adudi BSc in Radiology and Imaging Technology, Diploma in X-ray Technology, BSc or Diploma in Medical Laboratory Technology, BSc or Diploma in Operation Theatre Technology, BSc or Diploma in Optometry, BSc and Diploma in Dialysis, BSc or Diploma in Physiotherapy, BSc in Cardiovascular Technology, BSc in Dietitian and Nutrition, Diploma in ECG, Diploma in Autism Spectrum Disorder Education, Diploma in Rehabilitation Psychology. Institute asida khudong chaba kharasu thamjari madudi ahan balakpa satra tarada 20% discount pizari, relief camp dagi lakpa satra singi diploma course admission gi oina 50% discount pizari, kanalai zadraba natraga orphanage dagi lagba satra mangagi admission gi oina free of cost ta tambagi khudong chabasu izari nupa amasung nupi gi leinanaba hostel gi facility su izari institute asigi oina course amagi 30 seat capacity khaktamak oijagani matam gajunaraba smart class clinical practice at reputed hospital or diagnostic center singda hathenana tambagi khudong chabasu izari hairiba course sing asi tamba loiraga job placement gi khudong chabasu izari akupa marol gi dama contact number 7641934366 email id pcelitehealthinstitute@gmail.com da pau phawiraknaba khanghanjari athuba matamda registration tawbiduna khudong chabasing asi lobi hongnaba ningsingjari.
Gear up for the future with Quantum University. Write your success story with our new age programs that shall be amongst the top 3 most rewarding careers in India and across the globe in the next decade. One of the reasons why Quantum is a leading private university in India is these world-class partnerships which makes it stand out among the rest.
Saraswati Institute of Management and Paramedical Sciences, Panmei, Enhancement East District, opposite to Manipur Police Training Center, MPTC, High Institute asi.
Government amadi private hospitals in the clinical exposed to cooking
affiliated to Manipur University and then recognized by Pharmacy Council of India and then Indian Nursing Council, Masung MNC Manipur Nursing Council. Institute asida fangiba facility sing adadi separate boys and girls hostel, transport facility, amasung 12 hours library facility.
Approved by Ministry of HRD, New Delhi, Government of India.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on with people of Gaikulung village under Imphal East district has expressed dissatisfaction over the inclusions of the name of one Dr. Javed, who is a practicing doctor taking care and treating patients in the list of the drug peddlers as published by the banned military outfit KCP Taibanganba groups. Speaking during a meeting held at the office of the Youngster Sporting Union, Gaikulung, club's advisors Al-Haj Mufti Karim expressed that they welcome and support the actions of the band's military outfits KCP Taibanganba groups in trying to uproot the menace of the drug from the soils of Manipur. However, they have condemned the inclusions of the name Dr. Javed in the list of the drug peddlers, who is a dedicated doctors rendering service to the mankind, and owing to this, the said Dr. Javed has even resigns from the hospital where he used to work. This has caused grave loss to his social reputation. They have thus demanded clarifications at the earliest from the band's military groups KCP Taibanganba at the earliest in this regards.
Thamoi songnga waraba songa sar sidasi matau karamba kanagi pakol loidagi kedor kuna habiduma tasingna ikoina khangjaba pami aduga ikoida marik sumba information adu pibiraga ikoiga bahab taminabagi line tong phawna pami adu natragadi ikoina haidi amasung taibanganbagi KCP gi maikaidagi natraga ikoi praja section khudimangna asungna ikoigi Dr. Javed Sapo matam chuppada ikoigi magonda amuga itihasik ki kaliya si taijalaga laiba habasi ikoi miyabagi khunaida yam thamoi songa warwam sung loi taba paudamma mo khotangni haribam phamasi matamasiga suna chanadraba trak yonba chaba thakpa aduda haribasing sikoi khidimona thado phamthoi aduga kanaguma tawulere magasu madugi khidong chaba loraga Dr. Javed amako madada include tawra option dra haibna singba makal khudimaki magi maram khudimakto thondok piraga hoike sipi taibangam bana khogi Youngster Sporting Union ki Gaikulung authority singda amasung public prajamyang hamda khangan birakada kaisu thoidona arubana tabraina khalli aduna mahagasi matau karamna sigumbaina miyangi public ki authentic ta matik chana seva tawna illa ibam ha amagi mathakta matau karamba tarpa karamba stars no haibasi maha amsama ki family na khangningi amasung ikoi praja section khudimana khangningi.
Amidst opposition's accusations that Manipur has been neglected in the union budget, Chief Minister Biren Singh has firmly rebutted and claims. Addressing the concern, Biren Singh stated it's their petty politics. Manipur has already received not less than rupees 250 crore for hailstorms and floods, and we have already distributed each to the people. The opposition's criticisms focus on the perceived lack of financial allocations for Manipur in the recent budgets. However, Singh says that the substantial funds have already been allocated and effectively utilized to address natural disaster impacts. The controversy escalated earlier on July 23rd when Lok Sabha MP Dr. Angomsa Bimol Akoizum condemns the Union Budget 2024 for allegedly neglecting internally displaced persons in Manipur. Dr. Akoizum criticized the budgets for its failure to include flood reliefs or a rehabilitation package for the IDPs, exclaiming, "Absence thy names in Manipur." That is what this budget says. There is no mentions of the flood reliefs or the rehabilitation package for the IDPs in our states. While the budget did allocate funds for the floods and irrigation issues in other states such as Bihar, Assam, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Sikkim, it did not address the severe flooding or the IDPs crisis in Manipur. Even Assam MP Gaurav Gogoi criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Minister Home Minister Amit Shah, claiming they lack an understanding of the complexities and aspirations of the northeastern regions. A protest demanding a disturbance-free education zone in education sectors was held today at the premises of the Primrose English Schools, Kabaisoi in Falis. It was organized by the students and the teachers of the schools under the initiative of the Coordinating Committee on Disturbance-Free Education Zone. The protest used placards which reads as, "We want a disturbance-free education zones, no extortions at educational institutions, stop unbearable monetary demands to the school, no politicize in education." In this regards, the headmasters of the schools, Irom Laxman Singh, expressed that no one should disturb academic atmosphere. Education should be a disturbance-free zone. There should be a minimum numbers of 220 days of the academic in every schools. He appealed all concerned not to make unbearable extortions at educational institutions.
Siga loina atau demand kara mai academic career da kaidana ba yam drabda ministry ga kunni sahi amada mai tamba phangna working days education working days tani ga zindagi ta da phangna ba wala biyo haiba adu zindagi ban kayama koi angat sarka sidi koi
Today at about 4:30 a.m., based on a reliable information from 33 Assam Rifles, a search operation was conducted at the Karung parts under Hyanglam police stations by the combined teams of CDO Unit Kaksing led by the S. Birla Singh OC CDO Unit Kaksing, 1 columns of 33 Assam Rifles, 1 platoons of the A-126 battalions along with the teams of the Hyanglam police stations under the supervisions of the Binoy Chongtham MPS, additional SP Kakching, and under the overall supervisions of Thokchom Bikramjit Singh MPS, Superintendent of Police, Kakching District. According to the Manipur police, on searching the area, the security found rice gunny bags and a white plastic bag marked as golden tea. While opening the sage bags, the security recovered 1 numbers of carbines with magazines, 1 number of Bolt Action 303 rifle, 1 number of 2-inch smoke cells, 1 number of SLR magazine, 1 number of Enhanced LMG magazines, 5 numbers of 36HE grenades, 10 numbers of 303 live rounds, 4 numbers of AK rifle live round, 6 numbers of 9mm live rounds, 5 numbers of SLR live rounds, 5 numbers of the detonators, 4 numbers of the blank cartridge, 2 numbers of the helmets, 1 number of the BP bass, 1 number of the military belts, 7 numbers of the 5.56 inch round, 1 number of the Nokia mobile handsets without battery and SIM cards, 1 numbers of the intact mobiles, handset without battery and SIM cards, 2 numbers of the empty case of incense rounds, 2 numbers of the empty case of the AK rifle rounds, 3 numbers of the empty case of the 303 rifle rounds, 4 numbers of the empty case of the SLR rifle rounds, 2 numbers of the empty case of the .22, 4 numbers of the double blast smoke cells, 5 numbers of the smoke grenades, 1 number of the green signal grenades, 2 numbers of the anti-riots with rubber bullets, 38 mm cartridge, 7 numbers of the tear smoke cells with soft nose, and 5 numbers of the tear gas stun cells. A case has been taken up at the Hyanglam police stations. Deputy leaders of the Congress in the Lok Sabha, Gaurav Gogoi, submitted an adjournment motion notice on July 25, calling for a clear timeline for the long-delayed national census. Gogoi emphasized the critical nature of the census data for policy making and resource allocations. The census is a fundamental exercise that provides critical data for the understanding the socio-economic fabrics of our nation, he stated. The last census was conducted in 2011 with repeated delays since then. Gogoi pointed out that 94 countries, including China and Bangladesh, completed their census during the pandemic, while India remains amongst 3 nations that postpones without setting a new date. The government's decision-making currently relies on the 2011 data, which does not accurately represent the current needs of the Indian populations, Gogoi said. He cited examples of the citizens being left out of the public distributions efforts due to the outdated information. Gogoi urged immediate actions, demanding a comprehensive explanation for the delay and the assurances that the governments will take immediate steps to rectify the situations. In a separate motions, Congress MP Manish Tiwari raised concerns about the China border situations and trade deficits. Tiwari highlighted ongoing borders clashes since 2019 and China's recent territorial claims in Arunachal Pradesh. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channels or follow in Facebook page, Instagrams and X for more information about the channels. Before we wrap up the headlines, once again. 25th Kargil Vijay Diwas observes in the States, a day that will instill patriotism in the minds of the people, Minister Biswarzit. SSU demands appointments of pure academicians as BOSAM Secretary. Mass sit-in protest demanding to make education sector disturbance-free zone continues. CM and Biren's meet Transport Minister Gadkari in the national capitals, eyes for a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Well, that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining with us and have a good night.